Hi, this is Paul Mele, Mele Waterworks.
Trevor Latham, Latham Irrigation.
So today we're going to do some troubleshooting, specifically the solenoid replacement. So this happens when turn on the timer, everything should be running, and you notice one of your valves just isn't cycling. You know, that part of the grass is dry or whatever. The first thing to check is the solenoid. Pretty easy, inexpensive replacement.
You've checked it to see if it comes on manually. It still comes on manually, so you know nothing's wrong with the piping or the water's off or whatever.
Right.
Track it down.
Right.
You might want to check it with a
Multimeter.
multimeter. That's the best way. If you don't have one, you could take these wires off. Check it with a 9-volt battery. It's kind of a cheater way.
And that's connecting these two wires to your 9-volt battery.
And if it pops on, then you know it's probably the wires or something in the timer or something else. If you figure out that it's the solenoid, you might want to take a picture of it, call up the shop you have, or just unscrew it.
Oop, before you unscrew it though,
Yeah.
make sure you turn the water off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And water will shoot all over the place. You'll get wet. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
You won't break anything.
Right, right.
Maybe take this down to the shop, get the same one.
Mm-hmm.
New solenoid, screw it back in.
So in the real world, you would have your wires connected to the solenoid on this end. Then your timer is going to be located, you know, wherever it is in your garage or something. And then the other side of your signal wires are going to be connected. Your white common goes to your common connection, and then your other color where you got the red would be your valves. This sends a little 24-volt signal with like 1 amp, like 0.1 amp. It's so tiny, super not dangerous or anything. So don't worry about playing with these wires. You can definitely turn your system off, but
And it doesn't matter which wire goes to which, as long as you're making a loop.
right.
And these wire nuts chew into the plastic, so you want to twist these guys on. You need about a 1/4 inch of metal sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
Clip it off. If you have too much on there, it won't bite. They sell pre-filled with silicone wire nuts. Today we're filling our own.
Mm-hmm. You definitely want that waterproofing. They'll just rust out.
You see a lot of systems where they've used just regular wire nuts, and it does rust out, and then that might have been the problem that you're doing the repair.
So if we did test this with a 9-volt battery, like Trevor was saying, you just get them on the terminals, get a good battery, and this little plunger will just pop. And
Hear a click or pop
yeah,
or something.
and you might want to put your finger over it just so it doesn't fly off. But anyhow,
Yeah. Usually it catches it. Sometimes it flies out.
yeah,
You'll find it. Put it back in. You get these guys in. You know it's in there if it gets in the plastic and you can't pull it off.
Right.
You just feel it. You feel it bite.
and you see how these wires are connected and they're even length at the end. Like Trevor was saying, it bites it in. If you have one wire that's much longer than the other, it might just keep spinning.
I get jammed up in the top there.
Right,
It's on there. Then you test it electrically. Turn on the timer. Make
Boom.
sure it comes on.
right. Turn your water back on.
Sometimes these even don't blow. They get a little weak and kind of sort of open it.
Right.
It's pretty common. Flushing everything out while you're doing it's always a good idea. Sometimes some stuff gets caught up in here.
Yeah. But this is pretty much a good first step to troubleshooting if just one's not working. If they're all not working, then it's like, oh, okay, maybe the water was off. It could be some other stuff. But
Yeah. Break somewhere else or whatever. But this
Yeah.
solenoid's pretty common repair, happens a lot.